episode 5 of It's a Free Life. I'm going to dive right in. I know that Donald Trump is such a hot topic right now. Whether you love him or you hate him, I guarantee you're talking about him. He is being talked about everywhere that I look. All kinds of things are being said, whether those things are true or false or anything in between. Man, like, he is really getting people riled up. Even if you hate him, you can agree with that statement. Yeah, I think that he sucks. He's definitely had some absurd and some totally crazy ideas come out of his mouth. I do not disagree with you there. I also think that Bernie Sanders sucks. I also think that Hillary Clinton sucks. I also think that Ted Cruz sucks, whoever the hell he is. It is like being a spectator to a sport. I think that when you are really involved in something, whether that's a relationship or a job or an activity of some kind, you kind of get consumed in it. And sometimes it can be hard to have an outside perspective. Sometimes you need to just kind of step back and look at it as a whole. And throughout this election so far, that is what I feel like I have been doing. I am a spectator to the sport of politics. What I see is politicians, so we have Bernie and we have Hillary and we have Donald Trump and we have Ted and we have whoever else, right? They're all up on this pedestal, all up on a stage while we examine them and listen to them talk and, try to figure out who is best to rule other people. And then down in the audience section, I kind of see it as a mosh pit. What I see are not only individuals attempting and trying to attack those politicians, but they are attacking one another. There is so much violence and so much hate going on towards one another in regards to these politicians. People that, love Trump and hate Trump are totally divided. Families are being torn apart, as always through politics. Relationships are being ruined, whether that's through friendships or family or just, neighborhood people that you know. Communities are being divided, races are being divided, social classes are being divided. It is just not only infuriating to watch, but so, so sad. Yeah, I get it. You see Donald Trump as some racist millionaire that doesn't give a fuck about anyone else, and so you have to vote in your guy. You need to make sure that Donald Trump doesn't win. That's your way of helping people, is making sure that we have the right guy to control us. So when I ask those people, okay, well, who do you think is right for this job? Without a fail, Bernie Sanders. We need to be part of the revolution. We need someone in there that, isn't a racist, that cares about all people, that cares about the poor, that gives a voice to those without a voice. When I examine Bernie's revolutionary idea, all I have seen is him advocating for taking more money from people that we already take money from. That's your revolutionary idea? That's your new age way to change the world? Is to continue on a larger scale theft that is already happening? What? How is this a way to fix anything? I will do a separate video at another time about why I think that taxation is theft, because I have a lot to say about that. But for now, I will just say, taking someone's money and giving it to someone that you think deserves it more is not a way to fix the world. Taxation is theft. And if I refuse to pay my taxes, does someone come to my door and tell me in a peaceful manner, hey, by the way, just wanted to let you know that you forgot to pay your taxes, so, do you mind doing that? And if I say, you know what, I actually, I've already spent that money, or I really need that money, do they go away peacefully? Do they leave me alone? No. What happens? I am violently thrown in jail, and if I continue to resist, I will be there for the rest of my life, to die in jail. So, tying that back to Bernie is not a revolution. He is not going to fix anything, nor is Donald Trump, nor is Hillary, nor is Ted Cruz. This is not the way to peace. This is not the way to change the world, by continuing and advocating for violence, by supporting your candidate that you think is the best, and by telling other people that they are complete idiots and complete morons for voting for Donald Trump, So I don't want to associate with you. I want to be divided from you. Let's make this all about what I want, what people around me want, and not about what anyone else wants. Do you think the world can be helped through this selfish and dividing tactic? I don't think so. That's just a wild guess, but I don't think so. People often ask me, well, what is it about the freedom philosophy that is so great? What are you doing to take action? I don't want so-and-so to be in office, so I have to vote and I have to take action in order to make sure they don't take control, because that's me helping people. The freedom philosophy is not about telling anyone else what they can or cannot do. The freedom philosophy is about waking other people up to the truth and to the realization that you are already free. You do not need to be participating in this violent and corrupt system. And maybe through talking about this kind of thing, instead of constantly hating each other, instead of killing one another, instead of saying that you hate so-and-so because they support Donald Trump and so-and-so is a racist and this group of people is really bad, and this is the exact opposite of working together. This is not helping one another out. This is not helping humanity. Through this very system, you will only continue to divide people. It is fine if you want to participate in that system, but do not pretend that you are for a revolution. Don't pretend that you are for some big change. Don't pretend that you are for helping other people, because you are not. You think that by stealing from a certain group of people and giving it to someone else, or by keeping a certain group of people out of the country, that is you helping. That does not sound like helping to me. Doesn't the state of the world and of humanity and of the whole political system, doesn't that sadden anyone else out there? Doesn't that anger and infuriate you in all of the right ways? If so, great. That means that you have empathy and you want to change and you actually want a revolution. Now, to go about that change, you might have to try something that has not been done before. You cannot expect the very people that are hurting you and the very people that thrive on division to fix you and to bring people together as one. It starts with you. By not participating in this system, you are recognizing that everyone has the right to govern themselves, that no one else has the right to hurt anyone else on any kind of level for any kind of reason. What each of these candidates represents: a gun to someone else's head, forcing them to do something that they do not want to do. How is anything positive going to come from that situation? I know a lot of people out there like to say, well, it's just picking the lesser of two evils. At least I get to pick the bully that is not as evil as the other. Okay, but you're still choosing evil. You are choosing evil, and you are saying that you hope that by somehow choosing evil again, that is going to cease other evils to ever exist. That is going to help stop evil from coming about. That's going to fix all the hate and the violence in the world by continuing to choose evil. What are you people thinking? Like, oh man, I mean, I try not to get so angry and upset about this, but it is so sad and it is so heartbreaking to see people hating one another so much. Come on, people. Let's find some love. Let's find some peace. It starts by not holding a gun to your neighbor's head. It starts by telling your neighbor, hey, you know what? You don't need a gun to your head. I support you in governing yourself. I support your total freedom in life, and I support not violating you in any kind of way for any kind of reason. I know that is such a radical, crazy idea, but hey, maybe that could actually bring about some peace in the world. Just a thought. This is something that I am passionate about. I definitely get worked up. It's my fire inside that it just roars from time to time. But damn it, I want a better world. And I want people to see that the very people that are trying to divide them and that are hurting them are not the people that are going to bring peace and love and unity. You will not find peace and love within war and taxes and death and violence and throwing people in jail and restricting freedoms and dividing people, you are not going to find peace and love in those things. Those things are the exact opposite of peace and love. That is not what peace and love means. You're not going to find peace and love and healing by holding a gun to someone else's head, which is exactly what every single one of those political candidates represents. A gun to someone else's head. I just hope that this inspires even one person out there to think a little bit more, to share this information with someone, to talk to someone that you know about it, whatever. Let's start the conversation. Let's start showing people that there's already love, that there's already peace and freedom, but you will not find that by looking to a political power, ever. You will never once do it. Everything that the people hate about the world now is caused by government. So, let's try something new, shall we? To all the people out there that are spreading the freedom and truth message, I support you, I hear you, I love you. Thank you for fighting the good fight with me. I know it's not easy. For people that aren't on the same page, I still respect you. I still support your freedom to choose what you think is best, but I hope that you realize that peace and love do not come from some person that doesn't know you in power. Peace and love come from within. They come from within working together, actually working together instead of causing division. To end this, I would like to end a great quote by this book that I just finished called Radical Honesty by Brad Blanton. It is an awesome, awesome read. I highly suggest it. Great personal development type of work. Super influential and inspirational. So highly recommend this. He has a great quote in the back here that I'm just going to read that I think will kind of tie this all together perfectly. So he says, "People kill each other by the minute over what it all means. The solution probably won't ever be just having everyone believe the same thing. Instead of working toward commonality of views, we need to work towards common acceptance of the principle of variety. We need a variety of ways to look at how things are, because ultimately we have a better chance of supporting each other with a lot of ways of viewing things. It may feel less secure than if everyone agrees on what is true, but the feeling of security is just that, a feeling, not the real thing. Less secure is often more reliable. If there is not enough variety preserved in the gardens of illusion about how things are, then some version of 1984 totalitarianism will come true. The scenario is almost as bad as the more tragic one of being blown away or by dying of poison. I think communal acceptance of a variety of illusions with less murderous defensive belief is a better solution." Take care. See you next time.